to lexicon, vocabulary for the Koine Greek cartoon that I made recently on my channel. He basileia tu theou, hos genete, hoti, anthropos bale, sporon epites ges. If you haven't already, subscribe. I encourage you to subscribe so you don't miss any videos coming out. Putting out lots of videos. My desire is to help people learn New Testament Greek. And give a thumbs up if you like the video. That'll really help me out. Thank you so much. God bless you. To lexicon, the vocabulary for this. Kingdom of God. This is what that means. Kingdom of God is like what happens when a person scatters or throws seed upon the ground. So here's the vocabulary. To lexicon, the vocabulary for the cartoon. Kingdom of God is like a person who throws seed upon the ground or scatters seed upon the ground. So these are all the words that are in the cartoon. So we're going to be covering all of them in this video. So anthropos, he basileia, hotheos, that's the nominative form, but here's the genitive as we put these together. Hotheos, God, the God. He basileia tu theou. Lege, kai elegen. So we'll talk about all these. Jesus, hutos, kai, nux, kai nukta. Hemera, hemeran. Genetai. Gay, kai ges. Gay, ges. Blastane, auxane. Hutos, hos, hote. Katheode, ageretai. Ala, sporos, sporon. Bale. Okay, noon. Araxomatha. Let's start. Hellenizdo. I will speak Greek. Jesus. Jesus. Hutos Jesus estin. Hutos Jesus estin. This is Jesus. Hutos Jesus estin. Hokronos. Hokronos. Hokronos genetai. Hemera. Hemera, the day. Hemera. Hohelios. Hohelios. Hemera, tein hemeran. Hokronos. Nux. Kai tein nukta. Tein nukta. Nux. So this is the nominative form. This is the accusative form. Tein hemeran. Hemera. Hokronos, the time. Hokronos. Hokronos. Irete. Look. Irete. Hokronos. 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 Into melonti chrono. In the future time. Into melonti chrono. Hokronos. Hokronos genetai. The time passes. Hokronos. Pro tu chrono. Before the time. Pro kairu. This is inte kaine diatheke. Haute he phrases. Irete. It's going backwards. Hokronos. 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 Pro tu chrono. Before the time. This is the past tense. Pro kairu. Haute he phrases. Haute he phrases. This phrase. Estin inte kaine diatheke. It's in the New Testament. Estin inte kaine diatheke. Pro kairu. Before the event, before the season, before the time. Pro tu chrono. Haute he phrases. Uk estin inte kaine diatheke. It's not in the kaine diatheke. It's not in the New Testament. He kaine diatheke, the New Testament. Ala haute he phrases. Estin inte kaine diatheke. So I want you to understand hokronos, so we could talk about present tense, past tense. We'll be doing that a lot in the future videos. I'm going to introduce little by little grammar terms in Greek so that we can try as much as possible over time to stay in Greek and very little English. So we're going to reduce the amount of English over time. Ho chronos, nun, ho chronos, nun, now. Ho Jesus lege, irete, ho Jesus legete. Ho Jesus lege, signomen. Ho Jesus lege. Ala nun, u lege, ho Jesus u lege, ho Jesus elegen, pro tu chrono, ho Jesus elegen, ho Jesus was saying, ho Jesus lege, Jesus is saying, ho Jesus lege, Jesus is saying, ala, ho Jesus elegen, Jesus was saying, ho chronos, pro tu chrono. Anthropos, person. Hutos anthropos esten, kai hutos anthropos esten, kai haute anthropos esten, kai hutos anthropos esten. Jesus anthropos esten. Hutos kai, hutos kai haute, kai and haute. Hegune esten, the woman. Hoaner, the man. Hoaner, the man. Hoaner arsenikon esten. Hoaner arsenikon, masculine. Arsenikon esten. Hoaner arsenikon esten. Kai haute thelukon esten. Haute thelukon esten. Haute, feminine. Haute thelukon esten is feminine. Hegune thelukon esten. Hegune, the woman. The word woman is feminine. Hoaner is masculine. Arsenikon esten. He Basilea, he Basilea, he Basilea, he Basilea, he Basilea, the kingdom. Theos, ento orano, in the heaven, in the skies, in the heavens. Ho Theos, the God. Ho Theos. He Basilea, tu Theu. He Basilea, Tinos. Whose kingdom? Tinos. He Basilea, Tinos. He Basilea, tu Theu. This is in the genitive. Kai Tinos is in the genitive. Tinos is genitive. Tu Theu is genitive. He Basilea, Tinos. Whose kingdom? Tu Theu. The kingdom of God. Bale, rema, to rema, the verb. To rema, the verb. Bale estin. To rema bale estin. The verb is bale. Tise mane bale. What does bale mean? Tise mane. What does it mean? Tise mane bale. Bale se mane. Hutos bale. This one throws. Hutos bale. Tipoye hutos. Tipoye. What is he doing? Tipoye hutos. Hutos bale. Tipoye hutos. Hutos bale. What is he doing? Tipoye hutos. What is he doing? Hutos bale. Hosporos. Hosporos estin. Hutos hosporos estin. Kai hutos hosporos estin. This is seed. Hutos hosporos estin. Kai hutos hosporos estin. Kai hutos hosporos estin. Kai hutos hosporos estin. Anthropos bale. Ton sporon. Epitein gain. Hege Hege, the ground. Hege. Sporos, the seed. Ho anthropos bale, sporon epitengen. Kai ho sporos blastane. Blastane, it bursts forth, it sprouts up. Ektes ges, out of the earth. Dendron, to dendron. Hosporos genete dendron. Hosporos, the seed, genete, becomes a tree. Dendron. Nai, sumbaine, becomes or happens. Kai genete, happens. Both these words, third person singular, genete kai sumbaine, oftentimes can be used in an impersonal way where it's just referring to time and that time is passing. Sumbaine. So many times in the New Testament, English translations, it'll say, and it came to pass. And this word or this word will be used. And it'll refer to the day, or it'll refer to the hour, or it'll refer to time. Something with regard to time. Many times, third person singular, genetai, or sumbaine is used. Genetai kai sumbaine. Genetai, irete. Look, irete. Genetai, ala para genetai. Hukesten genetai, para genetai. Tuto para genetai, kai tuto para genetai, para genetai. This arrives. This arrives. This arrives. Para genetai. Kai hutos. Hutos lege. Kai nun hutos erota. Erota. Hutos. This one asks a question. Erota irete. This is like a Greek question mark. This is a question mark in Greek. Pos, how? Tuto esten erotema. Erotema esten. It's a question. Pos dunamai. Pos dunamai. How can I, dunamai, diasaphesai. So we've got a verb, rema, kai infinitive. How do we say infinitive in Greek? Aparemphatos. Aparemphatos esten. Tuto aparemphatos esten. Kai. Okay, let me get my mouse back here. Pos dunamai diasaphesai. How can I explain or describe? So we got the verb and the infinitive together, and that's a common thing. Pos dunamai diasaphesai. So if we wanted to take lege, ho Jesus lege, Jesus is saying, and turn that into an infinitive, we could say pos dunamai legen. Pos dunamai legen. How can I say? But here we have the infinitive diasaphesai. And here we have torema, diasaphesai, diasapho. So here it is as a verb, here it is as an infinitive. Pos dunamai diasaphesai, ti. Pos dunamai diasaphesai, ti. What can I describe what? Or how can I describe what? Pos dunamai diasaphesai, tein basilean tu theu. The kingdom of God. How can I describe the kingdom of God? Ho Jesus erota. Jesus asks. Tuto to erotema. This question. Hutos, in this way. Ukesten hutos. Hutos omicron. Hutos eke omega. This has omega. Hutos eke omega. Tuto esten epirema. Epirema, it's an adverb. Okay, what does an adverb do? Tipoye epirema. What does an adverb do? To epirema, deknusi, to remati. It points to a verb. Kai diasaphe, and it describes rema. It describes a verb. Hutos diasapho. Pos diasapho, how do I describe? Hutos. Okay, tise mine hutos. What does this mean? Tise mine hutos. Hutos se mine in this way, or like this. Diasapho. Like this, I describe. In parabolais, in parables. Hutos diasapho in parabolais. In this way, I describe in parables. So, ho Jesus lege, pos dunamai diasaphesai. How can I describe? Or how can I explain? Tein basilean tu theu. How can I describe the kingdom of God? Erotema estin, nai. Kai he apokrisis, the answer, he apokrisis estin tuto. Hutos diasapho and parabolais. In this way, I will explain in parables. So far, this is part of the dialogue in the cartoon. Hutos estin he basalea tu theu, hos genetai hote. Okay, we haven't talked about this. U legomen. We are not saying tuto, or we. I don't want to use the past tense, but we haven't talked about these two words yet. So let's talk about them now. Legomen nun. Let's say now. Let's speak about them now. Hutos estin he basilea tu theu. In this way, the kingdom of God is hos genetai, as what happens, hote, when, anthropos bale, sporon, a man throws a seed, or throws seed. This is only singular in the New Testament, so despite the fact it's singular, it conveys the idea of plurality, seed in general. In the same way that water, we don't use plural in English anyway, we don't use plural for water in English, but when we say water, we always mean this however large size quantity of water. And so this is only singular in the New Testament. Anthropos bale sporon, a man throws seed, epiteskes, upon the earth. Hos genetai hote, as what happens when. Hote, when. Now this is not the question word for when. That would be pote. So throw a P on the front of that. The accenting would be a little different. I think it would just be a cute accent. So pote would be the question word. Pote, when. Right? And then the answer might include this. Hote, when, blah, 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 blah. Kai, tuto, kai tuto, kai tuto. Alla, tuto. Alla, tuto. Tuto, kai tuto, kai tuto. Hod sundesmos, the conjunction, kai. Hod sundesmos, kai. Tuto, kai tuto, kai tuto. Yeah, so this is the word and, right? So, tuto estin to auto hosper tuto. This is like this. It's the same. To auto. Kai to auto. Alla tuto differe. This differs. This is different. Tuto differe. Alla. So we say legomen. Alla tuto. Tuto kai tuto. Alla. But. This means but. Tuto se mane but. Anglisti in English, anglisti. Hoi sundesmoi, ho sundesmos, kai ho sundesmos, hoi sundesmoi. The conjunctions. Katetein grammatikein, legomen, hoi sundesmoi. According to the grammar, katetein grammatikein, according to the grammar, legomen, we say, hoi sundesmoi. Plethuntikon estin. It's plural. Hosundesmos, kai hosundesmos, hoi sundesmoi. Hutos katheode. Kai hutos katheode. Kai hutos katheode. Haute egeretai. Haute egeretai. Kai hutos egeretai. Kai hutos gregoretai. To auto estin. Gregoretai, ageretai. Haute egeretai, haute gregoretai. Hutos gregoretai, kai hutos egeretai. Kai topaidion, gregoretai. Kai tuto topaidion. This child, ageretai. Tuto topaidion ageretai, kai tuto topaidion gregoretai. So wakes up, gets up, wakes up. Ageretai. Anthropos katheode. Ala nun gregoretai. Houtos gregoretai, houtos egeretai. Houtos apostele auton, houtos apostele auton. Apostele. Anthropos, houtos, anthropos. Ho anthropos bale ten sporon epites ges, nai? Ho sporos blastane, bursts out of the ground, ectes ges, out of the ground. Kai auxane, increases and grows. Auxane, kai tote, carpophore, carpos, irete, carpos, kai tote, carpophore, hotherismos paragenetai, kai to drepanon, tuto to drepanon estin, kai tuto drepanon estin, ho anthropos eke drepanon estin, kai ho anthropos apostele to drepanon, ho anthropos apostele, apostele sends to drepanon, the sickle, kai temne tuto, and cuts this. Nai apostele to drepanon, ho anthropos apostele to drepanon. He sends the sickle to drepanon. Carpos, kai carpos, hoi carpoi, hutos carpos estin, kai hutos carpos estin, kai hoi carpoi esin, pleituntikon is plural, hoi carpoi esin. Todendron, tuto todendron uk eke carpon, tuto todendron. Ala, eotheos carpophore, suddenly, carpophore, it bears fruit. Todendron hetoimon estin, it's ready. Todendron, the tree is ready. Eotheos, carpophore, it bears fruit. Tuto todendron, this tree, eke carpon, kai eke carpus, pleituntikon, plural, eke carpus, it has fruit. it has fruit. Kai tuto semaine, to dendron carpophore. To dendron carpophore. The tree bears fruit. To dendron carpophore. Tuto to dendron carpophore. Kai tuto to dendron carpophore. Kai tuto to dendron carpophore. Ta dendra, pletuntikon, ta dendra, the trees, ta dendra, carpophorusin, carpophorusin. Okay, irete. Anagenoskomen, let's read. Anagenoskomen, we are reading. Palin, Jesus elegen, again, Jesus was saying, Hutos esen he basilea tu theu. In this way, the kingdom of God is hos genete hoti, as what happens when anthropos bale sporon epites geis, a person throws seed upon the ground. Ho anthropos katheode, the person sleeps. Kai ageretai, nukta kai hemera, kai gets up night and day. Kai ho sporos plastane kai auxane, and the seed bursts forth out of the ground. Ektes geis, out of the ground. Ektes geis, plastane, it buds or bursts, it sprouts. Kai auxane, kai increases and grows. Auxane, ala hutos hos anthropos usunie. But Allah, hutos ho anthropos, this person, usunie, he doesn't understand. Automate hege, all by itself, the ground, he poye ton sporon, that makes the seed, plastanen, kai auxanen. So, aparemphatos, kai aparemphatos, infinitive. Hode, here, hode, estin torema. Kai hode estin torema, auxane, kai blastane. Allah, hode, estin aparemphatos, kai aparemphatos, auxanen, blastanen. This is an infinitive. To burst forth, to sprout, to grow and increase. Allah, tuto to rema estin. This is a verb. Tuto rema estin. This is a verb. Tuto rema estin. This is a verb. Blastane semane. It is budding. It is bursting. Kai hosporos blastane. The seed is budding or sprouting. Kai hosporos auxane. And the seed is increasing and growing. Allah hutos ho anthropos usunie. He doesn't understand. Automate, hege, all by itself, the ground, he poye, that makes, ton sporon, the seed, plastanin kai auxanin, to sprout or burst forth or bud, kai increase and grow, kai auxanin. This is a relative pronoun. We'll talk about that more in the future, but not anytime soon. But just suffice it to say, hege, he poye, ton sporon, the ground that makes the seed. Plastane kai auxane, to bud or sprout forth and increase and grow. Kaitote, carpophorein, and then, kaitote, then it bears fruit. Kai eta, hotherismos, and then, hotherismos, paragenetai, the harvest, paragenetai, arrives. Kai karpos hetoimos estin, and fruit is ready. Kai eutheos, suddenly, straight away, apostele, to drepanon. Kai eutheos apostele. So here, this part of the sentence doesn't mention the subject of that sentence, but it's implied that the ho anthropos apostele to drepanon. Ho anthropos. Eutheos ho anthropos apostele to drepanon. Suddenly, the person sends forth or sends out or sends from since from himself, it basically uses it to cut uses the sickle, to drepanon, to cut the fruit, because the harvest, hotherismos paragenetai, has arrived. Okay, so to lexicon, the lexicon, the glossary for the cartoon. Let's go through each one. So here's the English. Anthropos, a person. It's either a man or a woman. He basileia tu theou, the kingdom of God. Lege, says. Elegen, here's the imperfect tense with the indicative mood. Here's the present tense with the indicative mood. So this is he was saying or she was saying, depending on what the subject is. And here he is saying or she is saying. Jesus, Jesus. Hutos, this one, it's masculine, hutos. Haute, I should have written that, haute, this one for feminine. Kai, and sundesmos estin, it's a conjunction. Sundesmos. Kai, semine, and, means and. Kai means and. Nux, night. Nux. So the nominative case for this noun is nux. Allah, the accusative, is nukta. So this is night. Tuto semine, night. Okay, himera, day. Himeran, day. So this is the accusative. This is the nominative. Just like this is the nominative, this is the accusative. Ginetai, so third person singular, impersonal use of the verb, happens many times with this verb. Happens. It can also mean becomes. So sometimes it has to do with time and conveys the idea of happening. Most often it's past tense when it's used, but or as a participle. We'll get into that in the future, but we're using the present tense here, keeping it simple. Hege, the earth or the ground, the land. The genitive is geis. So both of these are in the cartoon. Blastani, to bud, sprout, grow, burst forth out of the ground. Auxane, to make large, increase, augment. That's where the word augment comes from, auxane, in English. But yeah, it basically means to like grow and increase. Hutos, in this way, so epirema, so this is an adverb, epirema. Hukestin, it's not hospertuto, it's not like this, hutos. Hutos, this is adverb, and this is a pronoun. Cool. Hos, as or like. Hote, when. Katheode, he sleeps, she sleeps. This is a verb, sleeps. Ageretai, wakes up. Allah, but. Sporos, sporon, seed. So this is the nominative form. This is the accusative form. And then lastly, torema, bale, the verb bale. Semine, throw. Scatters, throws. Hotelos.